You are listening to the postcast presented by the Locked On Senators podcast and, of course, our friends at the Glebe Central Pub. Check out the GCP shuttle. It's buzzing right now on the way back to the pub. You can get tickets for all November games, not many, so get them while they're hot at GlebeCentralPub.com. I'm Ross Levitan alongside Brandon Piller, and I don't know if I'm getting used to these beatdowns, Pillsy, but I remembered to introduce us, which I forgot to do after a 7-1 win on Saturday. Well, for the first time since 1993, the Sens have scored 7 goals in back-to-back games. Tonight, it's 7-2, garbage goal for Boston late. Pillsy, what a night.
I'm so fired up, Ross. This is going to be a great vibe cast to get back-to-back games with 7 goals for the Sens and wins. It's a 3-game win streak. I tweeted out, what an amazing vibe shift from last week, when we're starting off that week and after the week that the Sens had. Now we're looking at 3-game win streak. Sens can't stop scoring. The power play is incredible, clicking at 80% tonight, 100% on the PK. Sure, 1-for-1, but we'll take that 100%. Levi Merlainen has a good game, bounces back here. No Brady Tkachuk, no problem. Linus Ullmark, take the day off. Don't worry about it. We'll still get the beat down here. 3 different players have 3-point nights. Fabian Zetterlund scores a goal on the power play. Nick Cousins keeps it going again. I mean, there's just so many positives here. Positive Pillsy is about to explode here because I can't even get out all the great things that the Ottawa Senators did tonight. And also, if you would have told me at the start of the game, Ross, when the Boston Bruins scored on their first shot, that the Sens would end up winning this game 7-2, I would have said you were out of your goddamn mind, because I did not feel that great when that goal went in. So what a way for this team to come together and lay down another beatdown on an Eastern Conference team.
I let out the most audible frick when that goal went in, and then I ran right to Twitter to spill my feelings.
Anytime you're emotional, get to Twitter.
There's no team that allows more goals on the first 2 shots than the Ottawa Senators.
No, and historically, we thought we were going to see Korpisalo tonight, Ross, and we were hoping some of that magic would work this way. But I think it's pretty fair to say we're happy that Jeremy Swayman was the guy in net. Do you still have your voice, Ross? You weren't doing the Swayman chants to be heard at the CTC all the way from Winnipeg?
Well, people can listen to the game recap that we post on social media and on YouTube. I may have led with a Swayman. Ottawa's power play was unreal. And I'll one-up it because we're going to dive deep into the power play. The discipline tonight. Ottawa only took one penalty, and it was a chicken wing from Zadorov to draw it. And I don't think that Ottawa necessarily got away with much. I think they were just faster than the Bruins. They were harder on pucks than the Bruins, and they forced them into taking penalties.
And how about how upset Dylan Cousins was at that penalty? Throws his stick against the boards and then smashes the penalty box door there. I bet that penalty box 10 was like, hey, I closed the door around here. Don't do that again. But yeah, you like to see that emotion. And then Pinto later on, when him and Casty kind of collide awkwardly, he was pissed off about it. It was a 7-1 game at that point. Like, I like seeing this emotion, this passion, this energy from this team here.
This emotion. How about Fabian Zetterlund full celly on a 7-1 goal in front of the Bruins bench?
Hey, it's a little much, but when you've had that monkey on your back like Fabian Zetterlund has, and you go from playing top line with Tim Stützle to getting replaced by Nick Cousins, and you're back down on the fourth line, I know Travis Green said, hey, we want to make sure Zetterlund knows this isn't a demotion. Yeah, that's real nice to say, but that is a demotion for Fabian Zetterlund, and kind of deserved because he wasn't doing much. Goal and an assist tonight for Fabian. So let's hope that gets the ball rolling here for him offensively.
Yeah, I hope it does. We're going to get to the super chats a little bit later. Sens fans and Van, we see you. Jay Sanderson. Jake, welcome to the show. Probably doing his post-game stretch. 3 assists, by the way, for Jake Sanderson. Mm-hmm. We had some great Jeff Sanderson stories this morning from the man who called the game, John Forsland. So that's not an episode that ages out on game day. You can go catch that interview. Awesome play-by-play voice. And that broadcast, chef's kiss. Sens, by the way, 4-0 on Prime Monday Night Hockey. So maybe that helps everyone enjoy the broadcast. No, it's good on its own, but the wins make it that much sweeter. What was your favorite moment from tonight's game, Pilsy?
That's so tough. There's so many good ones. I'll go with, how about that first Tim Stützle goal? Because Timmy didn't really have much going on in this game, and I'm trying to find my notes. Which goal was that?
That was the 4-1 goal.
Yes, yeah. No, that's 100% the moment, because it just looks like a normal routine. Win the draw on the power play, back to Sandy. Sandy head up, sees Timmy over there, and Timmy walks in and he rips that wrist shot. I'd love to get a miles per hour, a speedometer on that one. That was a heavy wrist shot by Timmy, and he just blasts it in. Like, that's the kind of goal I want to see from Tim Stützle. Not passing it after you've been given the puck on a 3-on-1 and you're supposed to just put it in backdoor like he did earlier on. That was crazy. Nick Cousins set him up perfectly, and Timmy tried to pass it again when all he had to do was tap it into the net. Not look to drop pass it again when Sanderson gives it to you and you've got a lane on the power play. No, you've got time and space on the power play. Grip it and rip it. And he did it right there. And that one kind of put it away. I don't know about you, but 3-1, obviously I was feeling good, but I wasn't confident. I wasn't counting my green numbers on my FanDuel account just yet. But that 4-1 goal, I was like, okay, here we go. We're good.
Yeah, and then it just got fun from there, right? Like, until that goal, you're like, okay, it's still a game. Like, if the Bruins get one quick, then all of a sudden it's got check time. The pressure mounts within the game. But yeah, the 4-1 goal, 13 seconds into the period too. And it's not like you went into intermission midway through a power play. Zadorov's penalty was 8 seconds into the period. Math guy, 5 seconds later, Tim Stützle's puck is in the back of the net. And that was a really, really nice play from Jake Sanderson. Oh, there's Dylan Cousins. Another point. He had the face-off win to get that one set up. I saw in the chat, we're now calling Nick Cousins middle-class Cuzzy because he's got goals in back-to-back games. I really like that one.
Yeah, I mean, making what, $825,000 a year? That's middle class. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah,
I don't know my classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The only class I know that's in session is Sens hockey because the Ottawa Senators are all the way
Schooling
back.
teams.
Easily going to get around the horn twice on SensCentral Standouts. We'll get to the chat a little bit later. Jack will call in for a boots on the ground report. Jack was in the Molson fan deck, so you know he's going to be feeling good after a 7-2 win over the Boston Bruins. All of a sudden, the Bruins, who started 3-0 this season, have lost 7 of their last 8 games. 2 teams, ships in the night, going very, very different directions because the Senators are 4-1-1 in their last 6 games, and they've won 3 in a row. More on the other side. You listen to the postcast presented by Locked On Senators.
Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. The NFL, NHL, and World Series are here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for every kickoff, puck drop, and first pitch with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel. Ross loves using FanDuel, and you should too, because it fits however you want to bet. Player props, same game parlays, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. And Ross, I don't know if you know this, but tomorrow is another Frozen Frenzy day. That's why the Sens game is at a weird time. What is it, 7:45 or something?
That's 7:45 local time, 8:45 Eastern.
Yes, and FanDuel is making sure you can get in on the action. They've got parlays. So if you do an 8-leg parlay, you're going to get a 55% boost. 9-leg parlay, 70% boost. 10-leg parlay, 85% boost. And if you do 11 or more legs on your parlay, you're getting 105% boost. You want boost? FanDuel gives you boost. Get in on the action on Frozen Frenzy. FanDuel makes every game quick, easy, and adds a little more excitement to all your sporting events. So if you're ready to play, what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
Today's episode is also brought to you by the Glebe Central Pub. It's our pub and yours in the heart of the Glebe. They've got something going every night at 779 Bank Street, from live music with no cover ever every Saturday night to Taco Thursdays and Wing Night every Monday. Hey, maybe you're listening to this. You're like, man, I got a late night craving. Well, they're open till 2 a.m. and the Send Shuttle runs to and from every Ottawa Senators game. You can get your tickets at GlebeCentralPub.com. We heard from Blair, absolute beauty, owner of the Glebe Central Pub. There are some tickets available for the Flames game coming up on Thursday. So the boys, they're doing their part on the ice. They're winning games. Let's do our part as well. Fill the barn, fill the GCP shuttle, and let them know that Locked On Senators sent you. World Series going on the screens at the Glebe Central Pub. The vibes are free at the GCP. All right, Pilsy, 7-2, the final score tonight. The Ottawa Senators over the Boston Bruins. We've also got a team that at 5-on-5 didn't necessarily dominate the way the score would indicate. 4 for 5 on the power play will do that. Boston with 28 shots to Ottawa's 24. Senators continue to be the best face-off team in the league, snapping back almost 60% of the draws tonight. Bruins with 33 hits to Ottawa's 19. Sens blocking 18 shots, including Tyler Clevin late in this game when it was 7-1. Credit to him. The Bruins had 9 blocks on the night, and at 5-on-5, the expected goals percentage slightly in the Bruins' favor at 52 to 48%. Pilsy, how nice was it to see Tim Stützle get on to the score sheet? Because a lot of the talk had been about Dylan Cousins, had been about Shane Pinto. Tim Stützle was here to remind, hey, I'm a pretty good player myself, not just in the face-off dot this year, which has been a nice surprise, but 2 goals and an assist. He needed this one, it felt like.
Yeah, well, can we lead this into SensCentral Standouts? Because that was going to be my guy.
Yes, look, I'm just lobbing it right over for you.
Bang! I'll hit this one out of the park then, because Tim Stützle was
Call
incredible.
you Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah, big time. Tim Stützle, 2 goals, 1 assist, +1, 2 power play goals, 5 shots in 16 minutes and 42 seconds. That's not a lot of ice time for Timmy, but he made the most of it. And yeah, I already waxed poetically about his first power play goal. So
Give me the second.
Yeah, the second one, Sanderson, high shot from the point, and Timmy knocks it down from the slot, and that bounces past Jeremy Swayman to make it 5-1. So back-to-back goals from Timmy. And then it's a Timmy shot, Swayman save, and Nick Cousins burying the rebound. Nick Cousins again scoring a goal assisted by Tim Stützle. So he wasn't great in the faceoff dot, only 16.7%. I don't have the faceoff summary in front of me, so I'm not sure what that equals.
Math guy, I'm going to say 1 for 6.
Okay, I don't know if that math's out, but I'll take your word for it. So other than that, great night for Tim Stützle, and he is my first SensCentral standout.
1 divided by 6 is 16.67%.
Nailed it. Boy.
Damn, I might have to be a math guy when it's all said and done. Tim Stützle, great for your SensCentral standout. You know what's great for the brand? Drake Batherson 3-point night. He's got back-to-back 3-point games. Incredible. I said after his first goal tonight, don't let Drake Batherson get hot, because we've seen him go on runs. I believe that he has the second longest consecutive goal scoring streak in franchise history. That was the longest, and then Connor Brown beat him the same year in that COVID year. Well, Drake Batherson had a ton of assists. I believe it was 4 in 4 games when he came back, but no goals. I said, let's get rid of that goose egg. Well, in 2 nights, he's turned a goose egg into the amount of assists he had when I said that, because now he's got 4 tucks on the season. Absolute class performance. And the beauty of it being, I know a bunch of it was on the power play tonight. That actually is something I like. I don't know why some people use it as like a negative when they're talking about players. Oh, he gets his points on the power play. Well, yeah, you'd like your team to score a lot on the power play, and then a lot of guys are getting points. So Batherson he's an important guy 5-on-5, but he's a super important guy on the man advantage. So he had a goal and assist on the power play tonight, but let's focus in on his 5-on-5 goal, because my tweet after it was I didn't have on my bingo card falling in love with Lars Eller's game. What a play behind the net. And the pass, it skims off of Zetterlund's stick. So Fabian actually gets the primary assist here, but that was all because of the work of Lars Eller.
Yeah, if you didn't touch on that, I was going to, Ross. Lars Eller has been awesome so far in Ottawa Senators jersey. And yeah, when you look at that replay, 3 Boston Bruins behind the net battling up against the Sens' 4th line center, leaving Drake Batherson, one of their most offensively talented scorers, wide open out front. Marco Sturm, new head coach. That's going to be one you're going to want to show on video in the film room study the next day. Be like, so what's going on here, guys? I don't know. This is not winning hockey. 3 guys back there leaving Batherson open, and he makes no mistake there. So, yeah, that's a good one. But great play by Lars Eller.
Great play by Lars Eller. And all of a sudden, like, what is he on a bit of a streak right now? Feels like every night Lars Eller's finding his way onto the score sheet. No, it's 2 points in the last 3 games for Lars Eller now. We're getting a little excited. But that assist, the last one, should have counted for like 5. The between the legs feed, backdoor. So sick. Yeah. There was a lot of sick goals tonight. And we didn't even mention, I guess it's not the game-winning goal. The one we just talked about, that late goal by Boston threw me off. But what a play from Michael Amadio to get the go-ahead goal at the time when it was 1-1, to get it right onto Giroux's stick. Giroux's crashing the net, but the defenseman has kind of like body position on him, and like Giroux's not looking at that puck. He just has his stick there, and Amadio hit it. It was beautiful in real time.
Yeah, nice play by Amadio, who's starting to pick it up here.
27 points in reach.
Yeah, he's working on his 27 points. I've got a couple ways I could go here with my next SensCentral standout.
Hey, you got carried away as well. Amadio just had 1 point in his last 5 games before tonight.
What doesn't he have points back-to-back games?
No, 2 games ago. Same. It's like the Washington game didn't happen for us because I said the same thing with Lars Eller.
Well, okay, yeah, we're getting a little excited here. I'm not going to apologize for that, Ross. Nope. I'm not apologizing for getting a little excited after that week we had a couple weeks ago. So I will not apologize. I'm moving forward. I'm staying positive. And speaking of positivity, I'm going to give it to a guy that needs a morale boost and needed a confidence boost. Levitan. I know that necessarily he wasn't the reason they won this game, but other than letting in the first shot on goal of this game. And that was a tricky play. If you watch that replay, I think it might have been Kastlick. He crosses Levy's line of sight at the perfect time. And we know Cassidy's a big body, so he didn't really see that. Obviously, still, that's one you want your goalie to have. But Ross, if I was Levi Merlainen and my first NHL game of the season was an 8-4 loss to the Buffalo Sabres where I allowed 7 goals, and I got immediately sent down to the Mindsies and came back up with a 1-1 record, okay, not bad. And then my first start back, they sit, like, fully rest the starting goalie and bring up another goalie that had played in 2 straight games in back-to-back days and said, all right, this is your net, kid. Let's figure it out. And I let the first goal in on the first shot. I might be a mental midget and just melt into a puddle in that moment, because that is tough to deal with, especially at home. He finds a way to fight it off and then doesn't allow another goal till the very end of the game, a garbage goal by Victor Arvidsson. Nice shot. You got to give him credit there. But that's a great game by Levi Merlainen, in my opinion, not because of the big saves he had to make or the pressure on him, but just the mentals. The goalie, a lot of it is between the ears, and that's going to be a big boost for Levy. So I want to give him a little love. Second SensCentral standout here.
Yeah, I would just say settled into this game very nicely, and it was good to see. The chat's great to see. Over 350 citizens venting and or vibing with us, depending on the night. I think people can figure out what it is tonight. We'll get to the chat on the other side, and then I've got another stat, Pilsy. We might have to have a laugh. We might have to have a laugh at this stat. You're listening to the Postcast presented by Locked On Senators.
Today's episode is also brought to you by our friends over at Game Time. Hockey season is here. The Sens are back, and nothing beats being in the CTC for those games. But let's be real, guys. Sometimes getting tickets, total headache. Between waiting in queues, surprise fees, and prices that jump right before checkout, it's easy to get frustrated when all you want to do is cheer on the Ottawa Senators. That's where Game Time comes in. Don't worry about it. The app that gives fans the advantage. It's your ultimate life hack for scoring amazing NHL tickets fast, easy, and stress-free. Our guy, Jack Richardson, he was at the game tonight. How did he get there? Game Time got him his tickets, and I bet he was glad he used Game Time to enjoy that 7-2 win by the Ottawa Senators. I love Game Time because what you see is what you pay. No nasty hidden fees at checkout. You're like, oh, sweet, I got a nice deal here. You get to checkout, and it's like fee, and it's way more than you were expecting. Nobody likes that. They got zone deals. Game changer, in my opinion. You pick the section, Game Time picks your seats, and you save big. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, guys, that's code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go.
All right, Pillsy, what a night. The Senators 7, the Boston Bruins 2. Let's look at some of the top performers from tonight's game. It was 2 goals and an assist for both Tim Stützle and Drake Batherson. Well, Jake Sanderson had 3 assists. Fabian Zetterlund with a goal and an assist. Must feel so nice for him. Nick Cousins scored in this game. Claude Giroux had a goal. So too did nobody else. What I was getting to, and I was trying to do this rather...
What is this big stat you got?
Curtis McDermott was -2 tonight.
Oh, come on. That's the big stat you tease going into the break. Don't do that.
I think there is something to be said. Hey, we love anomalies.
I'm upset,
on the show.
Ross. That was
the Sens have outscored their opponents 14-3 in the last 2 games, and he's -3. Like, that's impressive.
Ross, I want you to read a tweet by the Locked On Senators podcast. I got news for you. Curtis McDermott was not brought here to play hockey, and he hasn't lost.
I did say that.
You did say that. He hasn't lost a fight since the opening game of the season. So he's winning games. The stat I want to hear, Ross, how many games has Curtis McDermott played in, and how many have resulted in Ottawa Senators wins? Go.
So we're treating Curtis McDermott like he's a goalie.
Or just a vibes guy. Maybe he's a good glue guy.
Okay, well, this was the 4th game of the season
3-1
for Curtis McDermott, yes, they're 3-1.
Bang.
Yeah. And in the
Good
4
player.
games, they've scored 21 goals. So maybe he just opens things up
I
for
can't
everybody
believe
else.
that's the stat you had. Poor
Okay, you
Curtis.
got any better stats?
Yeah, sure. Jake Sanderson, 3 assists. Thomas Chabot had an assist. Nick Jensen had an assist tonight.
+3.
Yeah, Claude Giroux goal, David Braun assist, Ridley Gregg assist, Nick Cousins goal, Shane Pinto another assist. The guy that
Do you want me to help you out? Do you want me to help you out with this? Every forward had a point except for McDermott. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, you ruined it again. You ruined it again. My God, you're just absolutely putting Curtis McDermott on an unfair platter here.
No, I have to remember what I said, but you were listing points, so I just thought it would help by saying every forward had at least a point tonight except one, who was -2.
You know what else? You know a forward that didn't have a point tonight, Ross? David Pasternak.
Yes.
That's what we like to see.
Nice. Artem Zub, Nicholas Matin-Palo, Tyler Clevin all held off the score sheet. And the Clevin Matin-Palo pair also -2 in this game. So it wasn't just Curtis McDermott by himself.
Yeah.
I'm ready for McDermott to fight. Like, give me a scrap in the next game against Calgary.
Okay,
Maybe
I'm down.
Hey, grab Ryan Lomberg. Tough guy, but a little smaller, and just have some fun.
Yeah.
Just
Ryan
a treat.
Longberg, that's a good vibes guy.
Yeah, big time. Although he may as well just get in the fight tomorrow. I don't know who Chicago's got. I mean, Nick Foligno will fight anybody, even at his age. But I would recommend he not go with
Is he
Curtis
hurt right
McDermott.
now?
I don't know. I think he's back.
Okay.
But that's tomorrow's problem. Night. Locked On Senators tomorrow. Game day preview. Senators against the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's get to the chat. Favorite part of tonight's game from Sens fans in Van? How tenacious the Sens were on the puck. They were fierce. And the games might have been different without McDermott. Great timing for this comment. So again, he's opening up options for other players on the team. And I did notice one of the really good shifts that resulted in the Batherson goal at even strength. He was in McDermott's place on the 4th line. It was Zetterlund, Eller, and Batherson. So you're able
McDermott
to
would have scored that too.
Yeah, probably. But you're able to get your top players out against weaker competition and have them double shifting and feeling a bit better. I don't know how sustainable it is to do all the time.
Yeah.
But for example, it was in 2 minutes together with Batherson. They played a shift or two with Cousins as well. Nick Cousins, that is. Eller got a shift with Gregg and Batherson. So that you're able to kind of plug and play these guys around. And I agree with Sens fans in Van. Like, they were hard on pucks, and that's why they drew so many penalties, and that's why they didn't take any either. They were able to just separate body from puck and make plays the other way. It was awesome to see.
Yeah, definitely. The Ottawa Senators just are much more aggressive in the last 2 games. That I think is very clear to anyone watching, and it results in good hockey and beatdowns of your opponents.
Which goalie do you prefer to play against when you're the Ottawa Senators? Andrei Vasilevsky or Jeremy Swayman? 2 great goalies, but it seems like Ottawa's got their number, both of them.
I'm low on Swayman. I always have been.
After that home opener where they put up 7 on him, Swayman.
That's a stance I'll stick on. I don't think Swayman's as good as he's been advertised. But I would rather face Swayman than Andrei Vasilevsky. That's still an easy answer for me, Ross.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, Vasilevsky's rocking like an 894 save percentage career against Ottawa. Swayman will be probably at like 898, 895 after this one.
Gotta be lower after this one, yeah.
Well, it's 903 in 10 games. You know what? I hit the 16%. I'm not doing any more math. Got
leave it at that.
Free pass for the rest of the way. Any adjustments you want to see going into tomorrow as kind of a tease for what we can get into on tomorrow's show?
Linus Hallmark start. That's it.
Yeah. How about Ottawa winning this game 7-2 and just being like to their starting goalie who used to play with Boston? Be like, we don't need you tonight. We'll go with the kid.
Yeah, I love it. And I tweeted out earlier today that this is a move that I like. I know it's not a popular move, allowing goalies to have full nights off, not even backing up, but I think it's necessary. Everybody needs, it doesn't matter if you're an athlete, if you're old, young, whatever, if you make lots and lots of money, everybody needs a full day off once in a while. And I think Linus Ullmark earned it.
I've got to Stat you can use. Maybe a segment, new
Positive,
segment alert.
please. Positive.
Stats you can use. Yeah, we should end every postcast with a stat you can use. If you're heading to work, use it at the water cooler, or if you want to chirp a fan of another team. After tonight's 4-for-5 performance, the Ottawa Senators are currently the NHL's #1 power play.
Ross, can you do me a favor? Go into the Canva files and look up our hot takes, because
You want me to pull up the hot takes for a season-long take after 10 games?
yes.
I will, because you asked politely.
What was that, my spiciest take or medium spice take? I think it might have been
127 graphics, dude. Can I have a minute?
Yeah. I think you got it there.
Boom.
Here we go.
I do.
Pull it up.
I'm so good at producing.
You're an amazing.
It's just me and Pilsy. Like, this is for fans by fans. No producer, no anything else. It's guys being dudes. Dude, I'm looking.
My spiciest take: Sens have league's best power play. Stop the count. They got it.
Yeah, dude, your Dylan Cousins' career high in points is looking pretty good right now.
And Marlainen just needs 30 more starts here. This is a good day for Pilsy's hot takes.
It's a great day. Hey, 2 goals for Tim Stützle. He's inching his way closer to 40 as well. So
3 assists for Sandy. That helps on an Olympic team.
All right. Stay hot. LOSP. Stay hot. Yep. LOSP. Man, this was fun. All of a sudden, I have so much confidence in the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah, like it's just crazy how things have changed, because when you win games like this and you get contributions from all around, the depth that we thought this team had and that we kind of proudly talked about as Ottawa Senators fans is showing up now. Like, everybody is finding their roles. Everybody is understanding what they need to do on a shift by shift basis. I know we don't always love the lineup decisions that Travis Green has been making, but they're finding ways to get it done. And let's keep it rolling up against the Chicago Blackhawks tomorrow, which I know is a lesser team and that can give the Sens trouble. And they've given the Sens trouble in the past. I know that better than anyone. But this is an opportunity for the Ottawa Senators to get onto a 4-game win streak. And they're 3rd in the Atlantic Division. They bounced the Florida Panthers out of the 3rd spot and into the wild card. And again, if you would have told me that after the Panthers beat down on the Sens 6-2, I would not have believed it. So this is great. We're still early here, but again, we're allowed to get excited. We can ride the highs and sink to the lows and float on the surface when everything is mid. So enjoy it now.
Jordan asks, 7 more tomorrow?
I mean, why not? If we're following trends and if history repeats itself, let's get another 7. I got to assume, Ross, that the Ottawa Senators have never done 3 straight games scoring 7 goals. If the last time they had back-to-back 7 goals was 93.
Well, since it's the only time they've ever had it, I'm actually going to check that out. The LOSP, the stats department, is live at work. No. In that 3rd game, they scored 3. Now, they did score 5 goals going into that 7-7, but they went 7-7, 3-4-3 in their following 3 games. Both of those 7-goal games are on the road at Edmonton and at Winnipeg, probably against Keith Tkachuk if it was 1994.
Tomorrow's game on the road.
Speaking of Tkachuks, Brady's got to go to Chicago, right? Like, there's no question. He goes to Washington, they score 7. He's in the press box, they score 7. Number 7 has to be in Chicago tomorrow night.
Ooh, and then 777. Yeah, I like that. I'll tell you one thing, Ross. I will not be going to Chicago. I love Chicago as a city. I really do. But that was one of the worst nights of my life. Oh, you got to go.
It's the closest big city to Winnipeg.
Yeah,
got to get there. Oh, we got to get to tomorrow's episode. I'm so excited to rewatch this game tomorrow morning, get into some more details about why the power play was successful, and then get into a game day preview. Chicago, they've overperformed a little bit this season. They're a frisky bunch. They've obviously got some young, skilled players, so we'll look into what that game is going to bring. It's an 8:45 start. Does that mean the postcast is not happening or what?
No, the postcast is happening, Ross.
It's happening.
Come on.
It's happening. We will see you after the game, but we'll also chat with you tomorrow morning, wherever you get your podcasts, including on YouTube. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and throw us a follow on social media. We're at SensCentral on Twitter. Pillsy, give me a swayman on the way out.
Swayman.
That's Brandon Piller. I'm Ross Levitan. This has been the Postcast presented by the Locked On Senators podcast. It's your team every day.